If you're new to this channel, I like to give alternative perspectives on commonly held beliefs. So an example of this in two of my recent videos have been my video on Chainlink and my video on Ampleforth, which are two very popular altcoins in the cryptocurrency world. And when I made these videos, these two cryptocurrencies were commonly covered purely on a bullish perspective, meaning that everyone making a video on these cryptocurrencies assumed that they would continue to go up and they were purely talking about them in a positive way. Well, the opportunity that I viewed here is that there was no one making alternative perspectives to these opinions. Everyone was saying the same thing, and I thought that it was important that people should see an alternative viewpoint that contradicted what was commonly believed to be true. And lo and behold, these videos happen to quote unquote predict the top of these two cryptocurrencies. However, I wanted to make a little disclaimer by saying that although these videos did express a negative viewpoint, I was talking about why the hype for these cryptocurrencies was not necessarily deserved. That does not necessarily mean that my video was a prediction of where the price was going to move in the future. Cryptocurrency is a market that is in very early stages of growth. Even though it may seem large, it is still very, very small, especially the altcoin market. People trading the market don't necessarily care what I have to say about Chainlink or about Ampleforth. All they care about is if they can make money. And so the fact that these cryptocurrencies went down after my videos on them does not necessarily mean that I'm going to be correct 100% of the time. All it means is that the market happened to have less hype in these cryptocurrencies after those videos were created, and it was not necessarily a byproduct of my videos. However, today I wanted to present another alternative viewpoint on something that is happening in the cryptocurrency markets, and that is the next all-time high, the next bullish move on Bitcoin as it makes its way above $20,000. And the focus of this video will be for cryptocurrency investors and Robinhood investors who are going to be coming into the market, and you'll understand why in just a second. So what does Bitcoin need in order to make a new all-time high? Well, something that we can look at is the Bitcoin search trends. As with any new market, any market that is in its very early stages, we need hype. We need people looking up Bitcoin, learning more about it, and then buying it or trading it or holding it long term, as that's the only thing that's truly going to move the price above $20,000. In case you don't already know, a majority of Bitcoin traders don't actually trade the underlying asset of Bitcoin. That means that most people are not actually affecting the price of Bitcoin whenever they're buying and selling. And this all happened after the altcoin boom in 2017 and 2018, as people viewed cryptocurrency as a way that they could increase their risk profile, right? There was this potential for 1,000% gains, and that's what they were looking for, and that's why people were investing in these cryptocurrency altcoins. However, as soon as the altcoin market collapsed, people could no longer trade altcoins for that increased risk profile. So they went back to Bitcoin and they found this thing called derivatives, which were basically leveraging Bitcoin to take advantage of its volatility while still having that possibility for, let's just say, 100+% gains if you're trading on very, very high leverage. And that's led to where we are today, where a majority of Bitcoin volume, instead of being on platforms such as Coinbase, are now on platforms such as BitMEX and Binance Futures. The reason why this is important is because the people trading Bitcoin right now, they're not actually going to cause Bitcoin to make its next all-time high. What's going to cause Bitcoin to make its next all-time high are traders who aren't already trading Bitcoin coming into the market, getting excited about it, and entering a position. And that's why these search trends are so important, as soon as we see a spike in these search trends, that means that the spot volume on Bitcoin is going to start to increase, and that is going to allow to propel us above $20,000. Now, the question might be, well, when are we going to start to see an increase in search volume for Bitcoin? Well, the answer to that is once we reach $20,000. And that might sound a little bit confusing because I just said in order to make new highs, we need new people coming into the market. But in order to get new people into the market, we need to at least get to the high. And the reason why that is because we need mainstream media coverage on Bitcoin. That's mainly what pushed Bitcoin to its highs in 2017 to 2018, because we had so many people hearing about Bitcoin through the news, through friends, through people talking about it, and that's what allowed them to get into the market. And the only way that that's going to happen is that the conversation has to be stirred up again for these investors to start to get interested in cryptocurrency and then subsequently buy in the spot market. So you might be wondering, who are these traders? Who are the people that are going to come into the cryptocurrency market and propel the price above $20,000? Well, this is another trend, and it is in fact retail investors. There are so many retail investors that have entered the financial markets recently during the coronavirus pandemic, and this has been a huge trend. As you can see here, this is Robinhood, which is the most popular brokerage for retail investors to trade in the equity markets. And Robinhood has been such a massive trend that we've seen platforms such as the Reddit community Wall Street Bets really flourish, because all of these retail investors coming into the market, they're looking for high risk investments. Whenever they trade, whenever they put money into Robinhood, they're not thinking that they want to invest in blue chip stocks such as Apple, Amazon, Facebook. They want to make higher risk investments that will allow them the opportunity at very large percentage gains. And that's why we've seen this trend on TradingView, which I think not too many cryptocurrency people have been talking about, which is actually a trend where Tesla, the ticker symbol for Tesla, has surpassed the popularity of Bitcoin on TradingView. That means that more people every single day are checking the price of Tesla rather than Bitcoin. This is a massive shift, because it means that retail traders are no longer only trading Bitcoin, they are trading stocks right now. That is the main thing that they are interested in and that they are putting a majority of their money in. And this means that there is a huge opportunity for all of these traders who are looking for a high risk investment, who have only been exposed to stocks and they've seen things like Tesla, and maybe they've heard a little bit about Bitcoin in the past. All of these traders can flood into the cryptocurrency markets and really have a huge impact. And already with the impact that they've had on the stock market, which is way bigger than the cryptocurrency markets, if even a fraction of these Robinhood investors go on their account, buy Bitcoin, which is already accessible to them, that can have a huge impact on the market. Now you might be wondering, what's the proof of concept for this? What proof do I have that Robinhood traders are really going to make the impact on this next cryptocurrency move? Well, the proof of concept is Dogecoin. You might have heard of this trend where there was a TikTok video that said if everyone watching this video bought $20 worth of Dogecoin, then everyone could become millionaires who was holding it. And this is a trend that spiked and surged interest into Dogecoin. And this is what we can see on the Google Trends here, where in fact it surpassed the amount of interest into Dogecoin in 2018 through this TikTok trend. So let me remind you, Dogecoin is quite literally a joke. The name itself, Dogecoin, is not taken very seriously. Just an investment as a joke that was mentioned on TikTok, which is a social media platform for the younger generation, already elicited this response in Dogecoin, which is absolutely massive. This is a huge indicator of the possibility of what we could see in Bitcoin. If we see even a small TikTok trend start to emerge of people going on these social media platforms, making videos directed at Robinhood investors, telling them what Bitcoin is, what the potential, how this is a high risk investment that can greatly pay off in the future, this can elicit a massive move of Robinhood investors into the cryptocurrency markets. I've heard this thing recently of people talking about how there have been companies, I think it was Square recently, where they moved 1% of their funds into Bitcoin, meaning that they bought Bitcoin so that they could have some exposure into the cryptocurrency markets going into the future. The major trend that I see is not so much large institutions or companies buying Bitcoin. I more see every single retail investor who currently uses Robinhood buying a little bit of cryptocurrency and holding that in their portfolio as one of the largest opportunities for propelling Bitcoin above $20,000. So the question after, now that we've identified who is going to cause the market to go up in value, the next question is, who is going to be negatively impacted from this? Well, the one main player, in my opinion, is Coinbase. Now that the main investor who's going to be getting into Bitcoin during this next trend already has a platform that they use, which is Robinhood, which already allows them access into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, they are not going to spend the time researching wallets, researching cryptocurrency exchanges, half of which are already banned in the US. They are not going to get into that level of complication. They like the simplicity of Robinhood. They're going to go in Robinhood, let's say buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, swipe up, hit the buy button, and that's that. People are not going to be moving onto Coinbase or onto cryptocurrency exchanges, at least initially. Sure, there might be a few traders who transition from Robinhood and they say, wow, I really love cryptocurrency. They'll make an account on Binance, they'll make an account on Coinbase, and that might elicit a little bit of a response. However, the important thing to notice about people not moving to cryptocurrency exchanges is that any cryptocurrency that is not listed on Robinhood, any cryptocurrency that Robinhood traders do not have access to, is not going to feel the full amount of hype from this next market cycle in Bitcoin. And so this is why I think that the main cryptocurrencies that are really going to see a run up, and in my opinion, there may only be one, it may just be Bitcoin. But the thing is, since there aren't as many altcoins on Robinhood, and since Robinhood investors aren't really going to want to go onto cryptocurrency exchanges, the altcoin market is really going to suffer during this next Bitcoin pump. So that's why it's very important, in my opinion, for this next pump to be heavily invested in the main coins that are on Robinhood. I can already foresee a situation where Robinhood listings become the next Binance listings. It used to be where if a coin got listed on Binance, it would pump, let's say 200 to 300%, just purely based on how excited people are that this coin now has access to the Binance exchange and all of the traders on that platform. I think that Robinhood is going to become the Binance in the sense that if a coin gets listed on Robinhood and all of these Robinhood traders see it and have access to it, then that's going to cause massive buy opportunities into those cryptocurrencies. So that's really the massive shift that we are going to see in the cryptocurrency market. That's where all the new funds are going to come from. And that's why I'm so excited for this Robinhood pump of Bitcoin going into 2020, hopefully breaking the $20,000 level, gaining that hype and making new highs. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video and see you in the next one.